sec. Okay, so it still says it's offline on the podcasty thing on the Twitchy bit.
Should be online now.
I can confirm what Robin is saying.
You concur.
I concur. Just a little thing that I do. Oh, there's Fraser. I can see him. A little thing that I do, Greg.
Right.
I don't know if you want to take advice from an expert. I don't know. Right.
Well,
I don't
you're
know.
no
I don't know. Right. But a little thing that I do is I get the show started before to catch the banter.
Oh, you did that on
Right.
the vets this week. Yeah.
Yes.
See, and that
Mike.
usually gets people in and they get settled and they go, oh, there's a show. Oh, Fraser's on. Oh, fucking hell, he's got curly. Robin's back and he's vaping. You know, all that sort of stuff.
Slave child.
That would be the unprofessional way
Pass
of
me
doing
my
that, Mike.
mic.
I would never start the stream like that. That's ridiculous.
Professional businesses. Will
Fraser, you've just become one of my new favourite people in the world.
Thank you.
All right, let's start this thing.
Oh, hello, Fraser fans.
Fraser, you've just become one of my new favourite people in the world.
That's what
Child
they're for.
number 4. You know, I just
Child number 4. You just number 'em.
I number my nieces and nephews. I don't give them names. They're not
That's right.
allowed.
Unit 1, Unit 2.
Yeah. How's
You really
how's
get some of those T-shirts from the is it Universal? You know, like Thing 1, Thing 2, Thing 3, Thing 4.
Yes,
All be a nice
yeah.
big happy family.
how's the game punches, Fraser? Is it all good in the hood?
It's all good. Yeah, I'm pleased we've got this new guy, Brendan's joined us.
Yes, you
Yeah,
have quite
new people.
quite good.
I'm such
Yeah,
a
he's
podcast
great.
whore like you, Fraser. I'm determined to get on there one day. I will get on.
I know,
how.
Yes. I've had
Big-
multiple chances and I've turned them down every time. I will not do it the next
Greg's
time.
turned us down through. It's got to be at least
Yeah,
three,
it's
or
3
four
times now. Yeah.
Fraser, I'd never turn you down.
I know.
I've
The
never
sticking
I've
thing
never
is,
turned you down either. I've
we
never
record
turned
on
you
the
down.
midweek at night, right? So
Right.
it's just too late for you guys.
Try
Alright,
me.
Okay.
No,
But I will
Mike
try
will
you.
be there.
I'll
Mike
try
Mike
you.
he's a whore like that. Hey,
I could see that. I could believe that.
I have an idea.
What?
Well,
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 308 of Your Overseas Connection, the official podcast of the G4TE.com community. That is Gaming for the Elderly. Today is February 20th, 2015. I'm just one of your hosts today, Greg DeLacy, Gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on the old Twitter sphere. And we have quite the group of podcasters in here hosting today. Mr. Fraser Moores.
Oh, I'm star billing. Yes, I'm overjoyed to be here, Greg. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It has.
I've missed your dulcet tones, your
I've missed
beautiful Californian accent.
my Californian accent. Now that's funny. I have missed our witty banter, the back and forth. It's usually witty on your end and just banter from me, I guess.
I don't know. No, it's been witty. We still be getting some jabs in back and forth on the old WhatsApp, right? Sending
Yes.
the old, you're Canadian here, you soft Southern Californian here.
I missed having a Canadian on the show so much, I had to pull another Canadian in last week.
Yeah, see, it happens slowly. Things can take over, creep. See, I think you don't like the Canadian, right? But really, there's a fondness there that you can't quite put your finger on. But I'll let you put your finger on it, Greg.
Well,
don't
you know what
worry.
it is I like wearing baseball caps, and you're just like the hat to us, right?
Here
So,
we go. Here we go. You're
Uh,
like an old warm pair of socks.
I don't know about that. I hate old socks. I like the newer. Never mind. All right. Also on the show this week, Mr. Robin Tate.
just like a comfortable old pair of smelly socks, I am back. You always lose one, but never the other, so you're never stuck for the guy from Northern Ireland. Hello, everybody. I've been away for a while. Just quickly, thanks, everybody, because a lot of you know the troubles I've been through. I've lost a mum and a dad over the last few months. So thank you for all your support, but I'm through it now, and it's really, really good to be back on the podcast, and with these likely lads, hopefully we'll have a good night's crack.
I think
so
we
I
can
have my
manage that.
vape in my hand, my vodka in the other, and a set of show notes and some games to talk about.
What you
And,
vaping there, Robin?
Can't wait. I'm on the Strawberries tonight.
Nice.
I got a new wee thing on the top of it because it was a bit gropey looking. So I have one of those, and it's still top secret. Mrs. Bongo doesn't know. And it's one of those things you can sort of be sneaky about and have a wee puff here and there and not be smelly like those horrible cigarette things. So,
That's
and
right.
Strawberries are good for you. I'll keep fooling myself. Yeah. So I'm back and raring to go.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, Robin, we are so glad to have you back. Honestly, it is it's just not the same without you around.
Yeah, you're right.
Things that are better. Wait, what am I saying? Mike Chin. Mike Chin, you're on the podcast this week.
Greg, I am very honoured that you've invited me to the golf club episode. It's a special episode. I've got news for you, listeners. If you haven't played the golf club and have no interest in the golf club, this ain't going to be your episode at all because we're a bit addicted here.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Robin, but I know Fraser's been dipping in, and I know
have.
Greg.
Yes.
I know Greg. Me and you. Well, recently, in fact, about an hour ago, we were dipped in.
Yes.
And playing. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, thanks for inviting me. I am sloppy seconds, listeners. You won't know this, but Richard Webster was supposed to be on the show today, and bowed out, and then I have to step in. So I'm,
Right.
like Richard Webster's, replacement, like so that sort of thing.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That's 'cause-
Webster imitation there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now, I would like to say, Mike, you did, kind of volunteer to be the cover man. You
I
did say,
yeah, no,
hey, if you need somebody.
I am a bit of a whore. I am a bit of
Yeah.
a whore when it comes to podcasts. Time is a factor these days because apparently, I have stuff to do now.
Married life is tough, man. I get that.
I'm not married, listeners. This is a running joke that Greg seems to do. I'm going to tell this story. I don't know if everybody knows this, but I went to Venice with the lovely Tahara. She's lovely, though, Greg.
She is lovely.
We can all agree.
Absolutely lovely.
And-
I would marry her if I wasn't already married.
Yeah, way better than me, but I can't let her know. All right, you know what I mean? I have to make sure that she thinks she's getting the deal. And while I was in Venice, beautiful country,
flooded
and Greg jokingly said on Twitter, "Oh, congratulations, Mike, on proposing to
Jokingly or purposefully?
Tara." Right, and I'm like, hang on, and I immediately told Tara just in case she found something out. Right, I was like, he's joking. This ain't a thing. I ain't marrying you.
Which is just what every woman wants to hear. By the way.
Yeah, she was like, really? No, I did that, and now it's people were genuinely like, oh, congratulations! Oh my god, I'm so happy for you. No, it's not happening. It's not happening for a while either. I'm still not sure about her.
So here, just while you're on this sort of subject of romantic stuff,
Yes.
Valentine's Day has just passed, and last
Yeah.
week you were all huggies and kisses about Valentine's.
No,
What did you do for Tara for Valentine's?
I did
Well-
nothing.
Did you get her anything?
No,
Did you make her breakfast?
no,
Take her out for dinner?
no,
Give her a card?
no.
Did she give
No.
you a card?
I bought Tara a card last year. She said to me, she it's a trap moment when a woman goes, "Oh, I don't want anything. It's fine. I don't want anything." And your brain just goes, "Shit."
Right. I need to
Shit.
run
That
out
is
and get
the only
something.
time that no means yes.
Yeah, I know,
The only
right.
time.
And I thought, you know what, right? I got her a car, and I was planning on taking her out and stuff. Last year, I got her this car. She went, "What did you give me that for? Like, what are you doing?" And I was like, "But the thing, the trick." And she went, "No
Right.
trick. Don't want anything. Go away." Oh, this is real. So this year, I called her bluff. I went, "All right, fine," and she was fine because she was in London all day, like she is today, which is why I'm here.
Fine. She is not fine.
No, the more
she's
she
logging
talks
it
to
all in a little
girlfriends,
book.
yeah. It'll
She's
get
6
looking-
months
worse.
from now, it'll come
Yeah.
up.
It's like,
Yep.
he never got me a Valentine's card in 2015. Never got one in 14. It's all gonna be
I've got a
done.
headache. I've
Oh,
got a
yeah.
headache. I've got a headache.
Yeah.
My favorite
Oh,
is...
now you want some, but there's no Valentine's card. Yeah, no, that's fine. No, she's not interested in it. She's not interested in it.
Yeah, I used to
So,
never
yeah.
save any cards, and my wife saves apparently every card.
Everything. But she likes the photo stuff.
Scrapbooking stuff. Oh, absolutely. But
So
it kills
that's
me
part of that.
because I'll have some cards stacked up because I just know now I need to save them. Otherwise, I will pay the price. But they'll stack up in the corner, and then she'll just be like, "What are you going to do with these? You want to keep them or not?" And then I'll kind of like look at them, and maybe one or two of them aren't really worthwhile keeping, and I'll make the comment of, yeah, okay, I could probably get rid of this one or that one. She'll be like, oh, I see how it is.
Oh, yeah.
I know. She would like me. I'm
She knows how to
completely
push my
ruthless.
buttons so well. Yeah.
Ruthless. As I open the envelopes, I don't get many cards, or we don't get many for this house. But even as Christmas cards come in, I rip them up and put them in the recycling. I can't stand the things. What a
I eat
waste!
them.
I'm
eat them.
going to start sending you cards just for the sake of sending you cards, Robin.
Don't dare. Well, unless there's nice,
Eat them.
funny
I
ones.
eat them in front of the person that gave me them. I eat them in front of them. I go, what are you doing? Anyway, we should talk about video games.
I know. I was just going to say we have completely gone off the rails here. Let's talk about video games. It's because it's kind of what we do. Yeah, we are a video game podcast. Well, before we jump into that, I want to do some intros for a couple new G4TE members. So we had noobs. Yes, we had a new member, Franco, and he posted up a lovely little intro. So I wanted to read that.
That sounds
off.
like somebody from the mafia. If I haven't heard anything, hey Franco, you got to
My,
that body
my
again?
name is Franco.
Swim with the fishes.
Franco.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this isn't going to sound good at all if I try to do it in an Italian accent.
And
because
we have lost a member of the Game for the Elderly this week. It's Franco.
Yeah, exactly. Franco, he's living in Sweden. Soon to be 30.
Sweden?
Yes.
Sweden? Well, you can't help it.
I bet you he's face as a Wolfensteins.
Look, before I rip the Swedish accent, I am aware of my own accent. I just want to say this. But this is
Yeah.
It's
no.
Lederhausen?
So he was a new member. He has since left. But he's 34 years old, works in the IT field as an
How much
IT
details
manager.
have we got on him? And his password for his Netflix account.
See, Mike, again, this is where reading the show notes would be helpful. See,
I don't know.
he had this nice little intro. He said, been doing a
did
lot
he?
of
All right,
gaming
all
in my
right, I'll
days.
shut up. I'll
Currently,
shut up.
I'm mostly playing Xbox One since I sit around the computer all day long. So PC gaming has turned to be less and less. On the PC, I play mostly, I want to say that's Gears of War 2 and Heroes of the Storm, but on Xbox One, I tend to switch it up a bit more. Apart from gaming, I'm training CrossFit and Thai boxing. I love cooking. I'm an ex-chef, so gaming hours can be
I just want to add in
everything.
here, Franco.
No, he
anything
couldn't.
bad
He couldn't.
that
could
I-
he?
that-
I know.
anything bad
I know.
that I said about you, I take back.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
It was all Fraser
Yeah.
putting it onto me. Like
Thai
he was looking
boxing.
at me, and so really good luck with the Thai boxing.
Yeah, so instead
like
of
Thai
kicking the crap
cooking.
out of him, cook him a nice meal.
Yes. He was hoping to join a community with a bunch of mature gamers, but apparently he's joined a community of a bunch of immature gamers. He's a huge fan of Microsoft stuff. Can't wait to be more involved with games that come out this year. Xbox Live gamer tag is Frackstar, Frakkkstar. And he said he's going to update his signature within the forum, so look him up, add him to your friends list. And don't insult
going to
him.
do it right now, Franco.
Yes.
I'm going to add you to my friends.
We also have an old new member, Danny Xanax. It says,
Hey, Danny.
Danny Xanax is live and well. Minnesota is my home. I'll be 50 in May. Congratulations. He said, my nipples are tender and my colon still leaks. Way more than I wanted to hear. PS4 gamer, The Golf Club, The Last of Us, PlanetSide 2 beta, soon to be Battlefield Hardline, and Zombie Army Trilogy. All I had to say to Xanax was, get on the Golf Club and look up Marcanix. Get into the challenge. And yeah, congratulations. Welcome back. So that's it. We're done with that kind of stuff. Let's talk about the golf club. Mike,
Blackstar is my friend.
Mike, let's talk about what we've been playing.
Oh man, this is the golf club. Right, I've been on a good streak this week. I am aware, by the way, guys, that I talk a lot, so you're just gonna have to deal with that with the show. I've been on a good streak this year where I play a lot of games. I'm playing new and relevant games, and I'm talking about them on the show, and I'm completing them, and I'm going through them. And then I start playing Assassin's Creed, and it's dog shit, and I play the crew, and it's boring, and then the golf club comes along and completely evaporates all my time away because there's this game's got me. It's hooked me in, and I'm shit at it. But Greg, I would like to let you know that in the current tournament, I have now matched your -7.
Congratulations, Mike. I'm thrilled
Just before the show, me, Greg, Serbs, who's in the chat, and Step J, we've all been partying it up on the Xbox One, and we've been playing and stuff. And we was terrible. Restart on the golf club, and as soon as Greg left, I jokingly said, maybe Greg was my bad luck charm. Like,
Clearly I am.
Right, and I got a -7 straight away. So, the golf club is excellent. I really, really enjoy it. But at the same time, if you used to hear my language whilst playing the golf club,
man.
It's
as
vile.
It's as close to real golf as you can possibly get as a frustrating thing in it.
Yes.
Absolutely. I both love and hate it. Like my language is. It is when I'm playing it. I go, "This is the worst game ever. I fucking hate this game. This is stupid. I hate it." And then I get a good like -7. I'm like, "Best game ever. Game of the year. Like brilliant."
Well, it is just like golf because you spend half your time, or I should say more than half your time, making bad shots, cursing everything, and then you hit that one sweet shot. It feels great. It lands perfectly, and you're like,
yeah. And there's no one there to see it. I remember years ago, being out one summer evening by myself at my golf club, and it was a long par 3, and I had a five wood down the fairway, and it landed 6 inches from the hole, and I was like, yeah, and there was nobody there to see it, and I looked round everywhere. Was anybody behind me? No, and it's all maybe
the best thing about the golf club. The best thing about the golf club is you can record your clips, which I've been doing. You know, any sick chip that I've been doing, I've recorded them, and and it's. It's just there's no bells and whistles to it. There's no flashiness about it. It's just a good simulation golf game.
Right.
The UI is really awkward and everything, but once you get into the actual game part of it, it feels really natural, sort of thing. You know, you can feel yourself slicing the ball because you know you've just moved your thumb just slightly to the right. You just feel it and you curse yourself. Oh, it's really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. And every time you go onto a hole, the wind changes. And like today, Greg.
Yes.
Come on now. You know what I mean? Glad you're back, Bongo. I'm really glad you're back.
That's what I'm here for.
No. Every time you go...
Go on, Mike.
As I was saying...
We're doing a Mike and a Duke on Chinny.
Every time you go... Every time you go to the course...
For goodness sake, get on with it.
Christ, man. Spit it out. Jesus.
But it's golf. How good can that be? There's no weird Japanese fucking flower blowing in your eye. All right, no. That might be an impression of somebody else on another show. I don't know. The wind changes. No fart jokes, please. And it does change the course. When me and you, Greg, when we were playing today, the wind was a killer, right? Like because it a mature gaming website.
It's like a podcasting with Duke.
Yeah, these guys seem pretty switched on. I don't know. They talk about games. They seem old. Whatever. Fart jokes now. That's the thing. No. Today it was really ruining the game. Like because sometimes the
goddamn wind, Fraser. The wind.
Fart wind. Right. And it was just carrying the ball way further than you needed to. It messed up what club you used it on what hole, and it was just really affecting our strokes, Bongo. And I eventually clicked. So I just love that. I love the fact that we all have level playing field. We're not like leveling up our little avatar. Right. It's just basic skill. It's just whatever we got.
Yeah. There's no turbos. There's no special clubs to unlock.
Yeah. And just to give people an example, my first time I played a tournament, I was plus 20, right? Which is ridiculously high. And everybody laughed at me, and I didn't know what I was doing, right? I am now like -7 on this course, and you know that's like up there with like everybody on the Xbox One. I know the highest at the moment is -13 or something stupid.
We don't talk about Manny Calavera.
We don't talk about that. I can't see on my leaderboard. Doesn't exist.
Right.
La 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 la. Yeah, so it's just a case of if you play it. Somebody asked me today, actually, Chin, should I buy it? And I was like, you're not going to get on with it the first 2 rounds. It's really going to be against you, but it will. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Right?
2 years, Fraser. That's what we meant to say. 2 years.
I'm well into double figures now in my rounds. I am struggling with it. It just hasn't. It's getting there. I know it's going to click. It just hasn't quite
Fraser,
clicked yet.
can I ask you a question? Are you playing that on PC with a controller or keyboard and mouse?
PC controller. I try to play PC, sitting on the sofa and as relaxed as I can, to just try and bring down that temper level. Anything helps. But
Fraser, have you heard of the two-finger method?
Stop it.
I'm not going to ask.
Right, but okay,
Step
Fraser,
J.
try this.
Step
because
J uses the two-finger method.
Step J uses the two. That's why his wife always got a smile on her face. So, Fraser, if you use the right stick by default, try using the left stick, because in Tiger Woods it was the left stick by default. That might help you. It doesn't help me, but it's worth a go just to switch it over, and you might get on with it with your left thumb rather than your right thumb.
I will maybe try that.
I tried it and I didn't get on with it at all, but eventually it does get into it.
It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's not so much that I.
Do you play golf in real life, Fraser?
Yes, I do. Yeah. So.
Is this on par with your game?
It's worse. It's worse.
All right, just
I think it's just getting to grips. You know, I've basically most of my rounds have been played on that course that we're doing for the challenge.
Right.
So it's been pretty unforgiving. So I went off and I played maybe some rounds on some easier courses, and
that's
posting
smart.
A little bit better scores. You know, just to have greens where I can actually see the effects of what I'm doing, not the bloody wacky wild rides that we're having on this course that we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, the course we're playing right now, it's considered a medium course, but I would completely argue, and I think it's considered a medium course because the fairways themselves are actually fairly easy. There's not a lot of difficulty to most of the fairway shots. It's the greens that are deceptively difficult because a lot of them are being basically guarded and defended, if you will, by bunkers and, more importantly, deceiving hill changes.
Cerberus said, "Foo, try sweeping in front of your ball." Should carry a broom in the old golf bag.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, as a golf game, again, yeah, like you were saying, you know, it's no bells and whistles. I love the fact that there's no advertising in it. There's no sponsorship, no pro players, any of that rubbish. You know, here it is. It's golf. Let's go. Let's play. So
yeah. I wouldn't mind
great.
a couple different shirt, choices.
Yeah.
You can change the shirts.
You can change, but it's all of it dull, isn't it? With your avatar, you can't do anything with him. And it's but again, like you sort of get over that.
It's hardly an issue.
The hole that we're playing, Fraser, it is a tough one in terms of the green, like Greg was saying, and it's all about your approach and everything. And it's got so pathetic now that I've got notes.
Yes, Mike is taking notes now.
I've taken notes, and my notes have been so popular that Greg says, "Oh, what does your notes say for hole 7?" And I go, "Well, the fairway's a bit shit on that one," and and that when I took notes, Fraser, as sad as this sounds, right? But I suppose it's no sadder than doing a video game podcast, hey? Right. So when I took notes, I took my time with every shot. I looked at the way the green rolls, if I went over, what club I had, took notes. And I got my best hole. I got my best round, sorry. And
You're such a noob, Mike. I employed a caddy to sit beside me and advise me.
Well, I do all right, Bongo, but not as well as you. I'll get there one day. So, but maybe take your time with it like that, Fraser. Or you could just be not into it. You know what I mean? Like you could just not for you.
No, I like it. I'm into it. I've been enjoying the. It's funny how it took. Because I had played it a few months ago. I got it when it was first released. And then it took the text messages flying in last week. Come on, get on board. And then that sort of gets you excited, that other people there's a challenge there. So I'm not giving up on it. I'm power forward and just get better. But there is progress. Every time I go out, little bits are opening up to me. It's just, you can't expect to just jump in and post -5s and 6s. So I've only been...
I sort of did. No, listen, I'm not that guy.
That was not true.
But what I'd say is just take your time with it, with the notes and all that. But you are, Fraser, one of these people that anything like the current in the sort of community. You'll jump at Clash of Clans, boom, you're there. You know, the golf club. You're a whore for like whatever's like popular with the
Social.
masses. You know what I mean? Like anything social, you're like in there. I've noticed about you, Fred.
Well, I don't do much because I've been mainly gaming on the PC. There hasn't been enough social gaming. So I think, a couple of years ago when I first discovered the Veteran Gamers, and there was a lot of there was the old. It's a fine show. There's a couple of things they could do better, but it's a fine show. And there was always
those couple of things sack 2 people off.
Yeah, possibly.
But 2 or 3 years ago, the Sunday night gaming or the Sunday afternoon gaming was a regular thing, right? And then that sort of dropped off, and I haven't had that replaced with anything really. So
here we go.
I'm looking forward to more multiplayer stuff or more ability, more. I really.
I was going to say that is picking up again. The Sunday play dates again because the PC people are playing play dates and Left 4 Dead 2 and all sorts of stuff. So that seems to be picking up again.
Yeah, it's like sort of stepping back in time in the PC stuff, isn't it? It's like Left 4 Dead 2 and I tell you what, you'll probably get that other one, that Valve game, not Team Fortress, isn't it? Team Fortress 2. You'll get it next.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah,
Heard it here first.
You'll be playing chess soon. There'll be a chess tournament soon. Veteran game.
Hey, don't knock chess. Chess is good.
Oh, I tell you what, it'll be pool next.
Pool.
No, Fraser will suck us into some crazy card battling game. He's good like that.
I don't think so.
So
that's the golf club then?
Yeah, that's the golf club. Mike, what else?
3 more hours of the golf club. So, no. Are we doing... Because the golf tour that we got on the moment, Greg, it's 2 weeks.
Right. So we'll be getting into that. So right now we're doing a course every 2 weeks and giving people plenty of time to get more than a few rounds in.
I am already sick of this course.
I know.
Like,
I know.
But bear in mind, I have got my best score tonight, right? So maybe I should shut my mouth. But I am getting sick of this course, and it's been a week.
Yeah. So I think the mode moving forward after we finish up this round will be limiting ourselves to a week because we have enough people now churning through this. We've got clearly a lot of people playing the course a lot, so I think we could do a week's time frame. It'd be fine.
Sort it out. Cool.
Yeah.
Are you actually announcing the scores? Is my score going to be announced on this course?
It will be.
God.
Yes,
oh,
it will
my
be
word.
next week. Well, of course,
next week.
Gary DeFelice. Yeah, you have some time.
You've got time.
You've got some time. But Fraser, Gary has to announce your score to us. So he pulls the scores from PC Land.
Oh, good. All right. A couple of old brown envelopes going Gary's way. We'll sort that out.
Exactly. Somehow you're going to have scored a minus 25. Mike, what else?
It's me, is it? Okay, I've been playing The Crew, and it's boring. Newsflash. The problem with it...
Thank God for that. I was going to buy it. Thank God for that.
Well, you like driving games. I do like driving games. The last driving game I liked was Split Second because it was stupid and fun, and I didn't have to drive 58,000 miles to a mission. Right? It goes, here's your next mission in 3 states over. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, who has time to do it? And it's boring. You drive over to it, and it's just race this dude, hit this dude, and I just But the problem is, it's quite well presented. It's pretty flash in the way like sort of cars like building on each other and like the way they build the engines.
The upgrade system is kind of cool.
But the upgrade system is good because it's piss easy. Because it just goes, you've leveled up, put this on your car, and you're like, okay, you put it on, and that's it. I'm done. Right? It's for idiots like me, and that's fine. But I'm just finding it. I really have hit a wall with trying to play new and current games with The Crew and Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is just another kettle of fish that I'm not really ready to talk about because it makes me angry. But The Crew just isn't that interesting. It's a bad thing when you just switch off from. I know, Fraser, you don't pay attention to story and stuff, but I like cutscenes and story. And
we're going to be talking soon, Mike.
I switch off. You know what I mean? When I see Gordon Freeman there and he's in some trouble or whatever, the main character looks like Gordon Freeman, and I just don't know what's going on. No idea.
You know what? I mean, I'm getting the reputation of Mr. No story and no cutscenes. But if the story is interesting, that's fine. It's just the problem is, And it's not so much a fault. I mean, there's only so many games that can come out and have an interesting story. So much of it is trite, it's rote, it's just, and that's
So
to be
what was the last game that you followed the story of?
I was just gonna ask
Yeah.
that. Actually.
last one,
Half-Life 2, Episode 2.
Zork,
Pac-Man.
It's a gripping story.
When Pac-Man married Miss Pac-Man, I thought it was a disgrace.
No, like I'm playing Yakuza 4 right now, and I'm enjoying the story on that. You know, it's
Come on.
something different.
I'm
Really,
I'm
Fraser?
trying to like
That's
you.
the
What?
game you pull out and say you're enjoying the story.
Yeah, I am. So these warring
I don't know.
factions and all this sort of the guys. It's bonkers Japanese. It's interesting, you know. It's all right. Some of them are good, and I'll go all the way through and take an interest in. But the crew, I mean, I put the crew in and tried it. It's like,
But I hear it's good in multiplayer.
It's a snore fest.
with other people in it. No, is it not good fun that way?
I've
No?
played with. You might remember Void Games. That
No.
in the office below me. Chris. He loves the crew. He loves the crew. And Chris and I, we have similar tastes in games. And I sort of let him hang around with me, even though he's ginger. You know, I sort of like don't want to patronise him too much. But he said, you know, let's play the crew, and I was playing the crew, and it is more fun with somebody else. You know, it is better with somebody else. Like I think that's sort of a given for most games, right? But it was still, and it works really well. You know, like we got into each other's games pretty easily, and I could see him, and you could still do the mission. Some of the main missions require only one person, and you could still do that mission without kicking him out. You could just drive around. But most of them, about 98% of the missions I've come across, are co-op, right? And they're fun and it's interesting, but you know, like Chris ain't around all the time. You know, like I'll text him, but he ain't around, and
Well, they have to do ginger things.
Yeah,
There's
yes,
ginger things going on.
There's the ginger meetings, like what's sun cream, so we not associate ourselves with anymore. You know, like, I don't know what they do at ginger meetings, but a part of being an adult is like you can't meet other adults at the same time. It just doesn't work like that unless it's over Skype. I'm mostly playing it on my own, and it just becomes super dull. And I whack in a podcast, and I listen to some podcast, and I'm playing the game, and I don't even know what's happening.
Let's also face it, the story of the crew is not exactly the most
I wasn't
thrilling
expecting,
thing.
you know, Citizen Kane here. You know, I'm aware of that. I wasn't expecting Rosebud to come.
Yeah,
simply
but
out to the TV.
even when you're not expecting a good story, when it's a ridiculous story, it makes it even harder. And the crew is a ridiculous story.
You know, I really sometimes I like a ridiculous story. So, like Vanquish was a ridiculous story. I liked it. I thought it was
Yeah.
fun.
What was that driving game that you jumped? Sort of you were dead or in a coma, and you jumped from car to car.
Driver, San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
and-
was pretty. That was ridiculous fun. But that was,
It held it
sort
together
of a story
enough.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and Sunset Overdrive, as sort of silly as it was, you know,
So it
there
sort of
was a story
can
there.
be
There's,
done.
there's things going on there. I don't mind a silly story, but this is just the appeal of it is how open it is. Look how open it is. Look how big it is. And I'm like, this ain't fun, man. Like I'm not like having fun. Like GTA is huge. GTA 5 is huge, but it's interesting. You drive around, things happen. It's stunning. It's beautiful.
Well, it's also a good story.
Yeah, and well, you know, the people debate that as well. But you know, you walk past people in the street and they tell you to go fuck yourself. It feels like real life.
I was just going to say, that happens to you all the time.
Yeah, but in the crew, the world's dead. It's dead. And I've been to America once, but I haven't been to most of the places I've driven around. I don't feel like I'm in America. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like I'm in these places at all. It just feels just distant to what I imagine America, driving around America is. So,
Okay. All right.
well, I'll try not to harp on too much. Assassin's Creed is ass. Moving on. Tuesday,
And that's a lot. That's a lot coming from you, mate. Really is.
Yeah.
When
No,
you're saying Assassin's Creed. is
massive
ass.
fanboy of Assassin's Creed. I played some co-op, and we basically just bitched about how bad it was. However, I've also been playing. I've been doing this thing called Twitch Tuesdays now. I've started this Twitch Tuesday. See what I did? TT. It's brilliant.
Nice.
I really am proud of that one. And I played a PC game, Greg. I know it's a bit of a swear word. I know, you know, this PC market isn't really popular at the moment, but I thought I would, you know, set the trend and play a game called Broforce, which was been, is it released or early? I think it's still early access. For people that, it's probably quite a popular game, but for people that don't know, it's a 2D pixel art sort of parody game where you can play as 90s action heroes, like a parody of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2, RoboCop, but they're all called Brobocop or whatever, MacGyver, Mabrova or something.
See, Mike, here's my issue. You already have mentioned several things that really just turned me off. One, the use of the term PC game. Also, the use of the term pixel art.
Pixel art.
Yeah, both those terms just make me want to vomit.
Fair enough. No, that's fine. And it's not for everyone. I realise that it's a very sort of basic game. You go from left to right, and it's all about America. And it's funny. I think it's made by like a Swedish company or Scandinavian company or something. Sweden, what? I might be wrong. I don't know. Something beginning with an S, and it's over that way. So I've been playing.
Franco made it, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, you picking on my fucking game? So the Broforce, I played it with Stu. So Stu naturally just spent the whole game. Did you see that? Did you see it? It was on Twitch. If you go back to it and watch it, did you see it? It blew up. I was like, Stu, it's like he's never seen a video game. Sometimes. It took me ages to find a game with him. The interface and the sort of connection just wasn't working very well. As soon as we got into a game, though, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It was silly, fun, switch your brain off, shoot some stuff. And you go from left to right, and all the terrain you can shoot, and every different character you can be Bro A. Baracus, Neo from The Matrix, who's I think all sorts of stuff. Blade or like Brode or something like that. They call him in this. Will Smith from Men in Black, who's one of the best characters because he has that wicked gun. Just super stupid stuff, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, despite Stu being there. I still had fun. No, I joke. It was really good. It's 4-player co-op. It works. It's simple. It's pretty cheap as well. I'd recommend it. It's a lot, but like you, Greg, if it's pixel art and you're not into pixel art, and you ain't gonna like it. You know what I mean? It's just never gonna be for you. But it's fun. I like it.
All right. Fair enough.
That's pretty much it for me. Okay. Let's talk some golf clubs some more. So I'm looking forward to the next hole. No, I'm done. All
right, Mike, you can now hook up the oxygen. Start getting that oxygen back. Fraser, let's talk about the best game on the Wii U.
Is it the best game on the Wii U? This is a bit polarizing, I think. We talked about it on Game Punchers the other night. I've been playing Zombie U on the Wii U.
I think it's one of the more interesting games on the Wii U.
I thought you was going to say something that rhymes with Bayer Prepper.
No.
We was gonna fall out majorly there, but okay, all right, Zombie U.
Zombie U, yeah. So I mentioned it the other day on the Game Punchers, and then Stu Leck was straight in saying it was a load of old crap. He didn't like it, and there were sort of intimations from everyone else saying, it's not very good. There's a reason it's only $20 in used and all that. But from what I've seen of it so far, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
you were wrong.
I liked the whole premise of it. The backpack and. I don't know. To me, that was the one title that really enticed me to get a Wii U for a little bit, and then they stopped making anything interesting, and I didn't want a Wii U anymore.
Yeah, well, you should have stuck with it. There's good stuff there for sure.
The backpack thing reminds me of Dora the Explorer. That's the whole thing problem with the backpack, Fraser. I expect a wee fox to pop up at any second. Where's the map? Where's the map?
I'm the map. I'm the map.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, but it's good. So the basic premise is, it's just a zombie survival game. You start off for some reason down in the London Underground, where some guy who remains faceless, but you hear him talking all the time, is sort of giving you directions and telling you what you need to do and sending you on your missions.
Well, it's pretty clear that the zombie apocalypse will start in London, probably.
It may have started and people just aren't even noticing already.
It may have started a bit already. I have been to London and people don't seem to interact or talk with you at all. Like if you talk to a stranger on the London Underground, they
Oh, they
think
crap
you're
themselves.
mental. They just go,
Yeah.
"You're not allowed to talk to me here."
Jesus.
This is
You
weird.
can imagine what they think of me, Mike. How
I
you
know,
doing, mate?
you
All right.
and
Hi,
Stu,
all right.
on the thing with Stu, but I've been in London with Bongo, and he's just like, "Oh, all right, yeah," he's just cheery, happy guy, and he's all friendly and everything. They just go, "What are you doing? Like,
I'm
why
a
are you
businesswoman.
talking?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So zombie, you
Zombie,
though, Fraser,
yeah. Sorry, Fraser. Continue
Yeah,
on.
may I?
I wanted to. I wanted to ask you about, like, because I've heard many people say this and they like the concept of it, and I played it at Eurogamer a few years ago, and it seemed to work well, and I got it. Like, is there a story there? Is there a long game there? I don't know. Is there a deep game there? I haven't heard anybody talk about the actual game apart from the gimmick of it.
Well, I'm not. Is there? I mean, it's sort of gimmicky. I mean, they use it's some of it feels a bit contrived in some of the actions that you have to take to use the Wii U gamepad. But you know, if you come across a body and you go to loot a body, I mean, most of us would come across a body, you press your X and it would pop up and tell you what you're getting from that body, whether it be coins, bullets, or whatever like this. This one, it pops up on the gamepad. You have to drag the stuff across with your finger from the backpack to your inventory, and then you have to swipe up to close or move away from the person. So that's shoehorned in, which is a little bit annoying. But then they also throw in other stuff where as soon as you enter a new area, you can lift up the Wii U controller and you press the left shoulder button and you scan around and you are actually moving around in your own room to look around, because it has all the motion sensing, and it will show you things that you might need to pay attention to. So as an interaction, it's pretty neat. There's definitely an edge to it, because it's quite punishing if you die. So if you get killed,
Right.
you get sent straight back to your
You
safe
can come
house.
across your zombie if you get killed. Is that right?
Yeah, so I played one game where I got killed, and then I went back to my safe house. You started somebody else, and then when I got that far again, I encountered myself and had to kill the previous person who I was. So it's all right. You know, the combat, I don't know. It's not. It doesn't strike me as being a 10 out of 10 game. And this is the week to have scores. Apparently, we're not supposed to have scores anymore.
No,
for
they're
video
out.
games.
They're
out.
so last week.
Yeah,
Frank,
they're so last week in the media. That means that we should do them more.
I'm telling you, review noises. I said this years ago. Review noises are the best way.
Okay, well, yeah, I think we did. I've done review noises before. I can't remember.
We always
where.
do review noises.
I always ask.
Eh.
The review. So,
So yeah, it's a
that tells you
first-person.
everything you need to know.
As a first-person shooter, it seems to. I feel like I should be using a proper controller. Using the Wii U gamepad feels like it's not quite working. But given a bit of time, I'll settle into it. I think it's okay. It's a big bag of all right. It's not a bad game by any means. It's typical, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat in all the scenarios you're in. You start to discover things that you can shoot or interact with or whatever, and I'm sure there's loads of hidden stuff. I mean, I've already found something on, you know, in the first level, in inverted commas, you know, cracked walls that you need C4 to get through, and I don't think I'm anywhere near. I haven't seen hide nor hair of an explosive yet, so there's more to do and more to see, and it's all right. It's definitely okay. It's not garbage, that's for sure. It's just the crying shame is that I think it's a good game. I think it would have traction, but it just didn't sell the numbers. So it's dead to Ubisoft.
Well, that holds true for most third-party games on the Wii U. So,
Well, unless they picked it up and decided to try. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're licensed to Nintendo with that title, so you're not going to see it anywhere else. But that would be a shame. It's okay.
it's okay. All right. Well, there's a ringing endorsement. It's okay. Anything else,
Yeah,
Fraser?
I'll play more of it, and I'll tell you whether I really, really, really love it. But I think I'm going to.
I hope you do. I mean, it would be nice that, you know, you get some enjoyment out of it. I loved the concept. I personally, you know, I know you said it's shoehorned in, but the whole inventory thing and having to, you know, it when you go into inventory, it basically kind of takes away the screen, so, you know, you're vulnerable when you're looking through your backpack. And I kind of like that idea. I like the whole thought of, you know, you open yourself up to attack and vulnerability when you're rummaging through your backpack.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had my thrills and spills and my frights with it, which is pretty good. You know, I played on survivor mode, which is one life. That's it. If you get killed, it's game over and goodbye. And that was really tense. So Yeah, it's good.
I see
It
that
is
the
good. It is good.
game stores over here have it for a fucking fiver. All you can eat for a fucking fiver. So I must pick it up. But in fact, that's a restaurant in Belfast to have that on their in their window. All you can eat for a fucking
Yeah,
fiver.
actually, you know what? I say, Robin, I was thinking about you because you didn't like Evil Within. You didn't get on with that at all. And I think this
no.
is not much more a stone's throw from Evil Within. In
Really?
that sort of survival, it punishes those who try and wait.
I've just never got on with that Resident Evil type thing. Really?
Yeah, this is along those same lines. Is because you've got to conserve your ammo. You've got a cricket bat. You want to try and use the cricket bat whenever you can and not waste your ammunition. Take your time. Watch your corners. Be careful. Don't try and it will punish you if you're foolhardy.
I've still got the Evil
and I
Within.
like that.
I've still got the Evil Within to play, and I heard you talking about it, Prez. You recently finished it, and I really want to play it, but I really sort of don't when you talk about it because it's like ammo management and all this. Like, oh man.
Yeah, but the game. But trust the game to lead you into that. I mean, you're not. You should just stick it in and have a go.
Oh yeah, I always try, but never get it in.
Everyone should.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, I just want to take a wee quick break here and just say hi to everybody in the chat. We've got quite a few that are there. We've got the fantastic Step J. We've got the wonderful Teflon Parsnip. We've got Corzan. We've got Taft Man is there. We've got Parsnip. And who else was in here earlier on there? Just take a wee flick back up here. Corzan, Teflon. Veteran gamers, who would they be? Step J! And there's a few more. Is there a way you can do this on a quick list? There was a few new guys there as well.
They never make
Darn.
it easy, do they?
Bongo, you're
The
murdering
chat,
this.
I know,
In the
chat goes by
I'm
so
murdering it.
fast.
PG Tips. And what was that? JT? Oh God, there's tons of people in there now. So if you're
there's the
enjoying,
Gamesman RPGs, Serbs, the
Yeah,
Taftman,
Gamesman,
PG
yeah,
Tips,
yeah.
Danny, Parsnip
yeah.
Nose, Step J, Teflon, Corzan, Bongo the Sane, and Chini, who's from a podcast called.
I see it. There's a button there that says
There's a button at
viewer
the bottom.
list.
Buttons make it easy in life.
Oh, thank you.
It's the easy button. Huh?
Yeah, so thanks. So we are
Staples
going out live. So for those people that are sort of listening on their iDevices and their other little phones, you can join in. We go live UK time at 11 o'clock every week. So come in and listen live and join in with the action.
You can fall asleep
in
to us.
In our chat.
All right. Where are we? Fraser, is there anything else you would like to talk about outside of Zombie U and, of course, the greatness that is the golf club?
No.
Okay. Mr. Tate.
Okay, here we go. It's been a while. So
Strap yourselves in.
Yeah,
Strap
buckle in,
yourself
people.
in.
I'm ready for this. Drive Club. We're going to talk about Drive Club. The Drive Clubs on the PS4. Imagine me playing a PS4. Wow. Sacrilege. So Drive Club went out for £19.99 in the UK for download, and I thought, God, I'm going to grab that. And I love my driving games.
Right.
And I'm going to try hard not to make too many comparisons to Forza Horizon 2, because that's not really fair, because it's so much
They're
better.
They're different games. They're different games.
But they are different games. So here's the really good things. Drive Club is fun to play. It is beautiful to look at. Okay? The weather effects, the rain, bits and pieces like that, they are just absolutely gorgeous. The UI is pretty good. And the multiplayer bit where you can set up challenges, which we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, and beating Boss Wave to a pulp. Hello, Tuscan. That's pretty good too. Yeah. Where it kind of falls down, and I've been thinking about it a lot about where this actually fits in, where gaming is. You know, is it an arcadey racer? Yes, it is sort of an arcadey racer. So you drive along. The driving mechanics aren't overly realistic. You know, with a driving game, you usually sort of feel the back end going out a wee bit, slipping and sliding. That isn't there. It's not there. So the downsides would be, for the beautiful weather effects that they have zero effect on the car. So if you drive through a big puddle in your little Golf, Mike, the car slows down or it'll have an effect on the driving. That doesn't happen. That's disappointing. The other disappointing bit for me would be that there's next to no customization in the game. So the main customizations are some basic stuff that you can change with the looks of the car, and you can change from manual to auto, and that's about the only thing you can do. Now you might think, okay, for an arcade racer, that's fine. You know, that's okay. I don't want to get too serious into my racing game,
But it
usually
ain't.
but with games like this here, the progression is your skill. You talked about the golf club earlier on. So as you get better with the sticks and the control of the game, you get more enjoyment out of it. So, and with a driving game, as you get better, you switch more and more things off. Like you switch off traction control, can't do that in this game, or stability control, or make some adjustments to the suspension as you get better. So
Switch
the
off your
progression in
targeting
this,
computer.
yeah, exactly. So the progression in this game isn't there with that. So that it's quite shallow that way. So how you get better at this game, and as you play through the single player aspect of the game, as it goes, the races get harder and harder and harder. But they get harder not with the skill of driving the car better, but with your skill of learning to control the physics of this game, and not through and learning the track by memory almost over and over and over again until you get that better time and better time. So don't get me wrong, I put a lot of hours into this here. I'm I don't know, level 30 odd. I'm as high as probably anybody in our groups of friends. But it's pretty shallow. But for the PS4, it's the best driving game on there.
Okay.
Tumbleweed. It's the only driving game on there.
Well, it's not the only driving game on there, but it's the best exclusive driving game on there. How's that?
Yeah. So it is good, but it could have been so much better. So much better. I
think that's been a running theme for almost all video games this year.
Yeah.
It's a sad statement,
So-
but it really has been true.
So if you want to compare it with an arcade racer, and it has to be compared with Forza Horizon 2, Forza Horizon 2 has all of that fun aspect of multiplayer, whizzing around this fantastic big world, having great races, but also having the customization options there for the cars and for everything else. So yeah, it's good. For $19.99, it's great. For full price, nah. But if you like a racer, I can't wait for Project Cars coming.
Well,
So
you can
that's
always
the-
just
that's
pick up the PS Plus free version.
Yeah. Well, it's not out yet, I don't think.
No, it's
I don't
not.
think so.
They keep.
Greg,
No.
your statement about all the games not being so great this year. I mean, at least the order's coming out, right?
Yeah, and it's 40 hours long.
Yeah, you know. Like,
And IGN love it, and the Giant Bomb love it.
We'll,
and,
we'll,
you know, all
we'll
those
talk
guys.
about that shortly. We'll talk
be-
about that shortly.
gonna be good, right? Gonna be good.
Okay.
A bit of a
What else,
story.
Mr. Tate? What else, Mr. Tate?
So, what was the other thing on my list? I'm not looking at it now, so I'm doing it from memory.
Alien
what is the one?
Isolation.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
We
yeah.
talked
So
about that
I
before.
I also bought Alien Isolation on the PS4. Oh, my goodness. And get struck down with lightning.
And did you hit a sale, by the way, Robin? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I think it was about 20 quid.
Right
I
on.
see it's about. I see it's about £24 on the Xbox One now as well. So it's a good deal. Again, I'm a big Alien fan, and I loved that fantastic game, Alien Colonial Marines. I thought it was one of the very, very best Alien games ever.
Colon Marines.
Yeah. You
Tumbleweed.
know this is
Colonial
better
Marines.
than Colon Marines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but I held off buying this game because I'd heard it was very, very long and blah blah blah. But I'm so glad I've picked it up now. Now,
One guy, I try to like you, I do, but but look, this aliens, colonial marines thing, this got to stop.
No, you all played it wrong. Yes, it was a bit ropey looking, but
no.
you all played it on
Robin,
normal.
Robin, that
Yeah.
game was shit.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was.
No,
It was.
no.
It was.
No.
And now you're experiencing a good Alien game. Albeit it is a tad too long, but you're finally experiencing something that's actually worthy of being bought.
Well, I'm not your friend anymore.
It's just bizarre. that you like that game. It's amazing.
I
Is
know.
there any space in
Shocking.
Yeah, so, yeah, forget Alien Colonial Marines for the moment. You just
I
don't
did
understand
after I stopped playing it.
high art, because, anyway. So yeah, so started playing this. I've played about 3 hours of it. I haven't met the alien yet, but it does capture
That's a good thing, isn't it?
alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. If you meet the alien,
Yeah, I
it's
think
usually
so.
game over.
Now, a month or so ago, I bought a Yamaha DTS big sound amp for the room that's here and set up with full DTS surround sound with massive bugger off speakers everywhere around the room. And I wasn't so I had the lights down low and it's scaring the crap out of me already and I haven't seen the alien yet. So it is fabulous. It's lovely so far. And if it is long, I'm going to enjoy the length of it. I have some problems with it. I do.
Who doesn't
So-
enjoy the length?
So you're sort of
Thank you.
Ripley's. Okay, so you're sort of Ripley's daughter. Okay.
Right. You are
And-
Ripley's daughter, not sort of. You are.
Yeah, and Teflon. Sorry, I have to go to the chat here. Teflon. It was terrible, but if you played it on the hardest setting, the aliens didn't fold like.
Stop
paper
talking
parts.
to the chat. Talk to us. Walk
Teflon, I know it
away.
was terrible, but it was good terrible.
Walk away,
anyway,
Robin.
so you're Ripley's daughter, and you're a nice enough girl, right? You know, you're pleasant enough, and you're walking through this station, and you meet this first guy, and he seems like the first guy, the only person you've met so far, and he's a bloody wacko, Alex or something like that. Do you call him, right? And he tells you to stay away from everybody. So you come along this through this terminal place where people were getting on and off ships and there's suitcases lying everywhere and dead bodies all over the place. And then you meet these two people in a lift and they're a nice guy and a nice girl. And this guy, come on, away. Everybody shoot you. Come on, go away. And I know if it was me, I would be quite friendly with these people and I could get on with them. And this guy's psycho drags you along, and I'm sure she's going, what the hell am I doing? You go along another 5 minutes more, and you meet this group of 3 or 4 people, and you have to sneak around and switch a generator off to sneak past them. And again, they seemed like nice, normal IT sort of people that I could have got on with quite well. But this psycho is dragging me along, and I'm sure it's going to end badly. No spoilers, but I'm sure it will. So, yeah, so far so good. Alien Isolation, just perfect with the alien story and the atmosphere, and the sound is just out of
Sound
this
is
world.
great in that game.
Yeah,
It is.
so
It is.
I'm looking forward for more of that. The other final game I think I'll chat about here would be The Escapists.
Oh, yes.
And I played The Escapists this week, and I made a little video, and it's on our G4TE YouTube channel, and that is of my complete and utter failure playing the tutorial. It's so with completely Greenhorn, it was just started the button and seeing how we get on with it. And it's an 8-bit game where you have to escape a prison. It reminds me an awful lot of Prison Architect in the look and style of it.
Right.
So 8-bit little characters like back in Commodore 64, Amiga sort of days, whizzing around. And it reminds me a bit of, well, Minecraft. So you have to craft different tools to get out of the prison. So you have to put a piece of soap in a sock to make it into a weapon, and do all bits and pieces to try and escape. And you have to go to lunch and roll call, and you have to go to the laundry, and you go around stealing things from other people's desks. And it looks very, very basic, but from what I've played of it so far, there's an awful lot of depth to it. Now, it's from the Team 17 guys, the Worms guys. So they have a lot of good experience in games with depth. Like Worms, it looks very, very basic, but there is a fair bit of depth to it.
I've
to
had
get
my
good
eye
at
on
it.
this one go, to be honest, because
Yeah.
because of like the similarities to Prison Architects, like Prison Architect in reverse, and I'm a massive fan of Prison Architect and Team 17, a huge fan of Team 17. So
Well,
I have
I
been
think it's quite
interested in it.
I think it's quite clever for them to get this out before Prison Architect appears, because it is so similar in sort of the looks and styles. So my 9-year-old at the moment is flying on this, absolutely loves it. He's a Minecraft addict, so that crafting thing is right up his street, and he's escaping from every prison. Very, very useful skill to have. I hope he never needs to use it, but very, very useful skill for him to be able to escape from a prison. So
Never
it's fun.
start too
Very-
soon with that skill there,
yeah,
Bongo.
Have any of you played the Prison Architects? Have you been there yet? No?
I have not.
I adore.
Or the
Prison Architect.
Escapists. Sorry, the Escapists. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've not tried it.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, it's worth a look. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It really
Right.
isn't.
You don't like pixel
I-
stuff, though, Greg, do you?
No,
You
I'm
don't-
not.
you
I'm
don't-
not the biggest fan, so it's not. It's not jumping out at me as something I want to jump in on, but you never know. Every once in a while, I'll play something that's pixelated.
Now, when I was playing it, I was sort of, and in my video as well, it sort of happens live, where I was joking that my friend came in, one of my little characters came in and offered to sell me something and go to the showers, and I was joking that it was going to be a bar of soap, and of course it was, and I got very, very nervous at that stage. What was going to happen in the showers to me? So the Escapists. Finally, the last sort of stuff that I'll be touching on. I was whipping Boss Wave's backside with Drive Club over the last few weeks, and Verbal Rob, his head is full of so much crap. He has been whipping my butt in trivia crack on the iOS's little quiz game where you can challenge your friends to ask stupid trivial questions, and he's beating me like 8-9 games in a row, and it's embarrassing. Really embarrassing. But yeah, it's one of those little quick pick up and plays. And I won't mention, and I'm not going to mention the game that I probably spend the most time on, and the game that I probably spent more hours on than any other game in life immemorial, and I can't stop touching it. Fraser Burst!
Woo! Clash of Clans, motherfuckers!
Jesus Christ, that game is so fucking addictive. It's just unbelievably addictive, and it just keeps on going.
I'm sorry, Fraser. What was the game again?
More and more and
Clash
more
of
stuff.
Clans.
Clash of Clans. And this weekend we have another massive war coming on. You'll hear about it later. But it's just unbelievable. Sorry to talk about it again, but dear God, the community bit is great. There's a little chat thing there. The chat goes on all the time. And everybody says, thank you for giving me soldiers. But just upgrading stuff, it's just endless. I want more stuff. I want dragons. I want the next thing. I want the biggest
Everybody wants
gun.
dragons.
Oh, I'm cooking. I'll be cooking dragons in 4 days. Woohoo! Can't wait.
Woo! Dragons, motherfucker!
Won't have them this weekend, but I'm gonna have them next weekend, and I'm gonna whip the butts of everybody. Yeah.
Clearly,
Brilliant.
Fraser's family has left the house.
Yeah. See if Fraser ever decides to do a podcast on Clash of Clans, I'll be there. See if Fraser tells us to drink a cocktail of drugs that makes us all die, we'll do it. We will. We'll follow you anywhere, Fraser. No matter what we do, it'll be like wake a wall again.
One of us.
Yeah, all of us. Anyway, I'm done.
So, Greg, the golf club.
The golf club.
Fine game.
Wow. All right. Well, this lengthy podcast is going to get longer. All right. So the golf club, we've talked about that. Scream Ride the demo. I checked it out. Or I should say
downloaded
Scream
this,
Ride,
Greg. I
the
downloaded
demo.
this.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon, so
So,
I'm
yeah, so-
interested.
So yeah, that I didn't expect a lot from this, and I still am not sure that I'm going to expect a lot from this game. They show off 3 different modes in the demo. One is the Wrecking Ball, which is very Angry Birds-ish, where you basically have this ride that's flinging these, I don't know, containers with riders in them. I'll call it a cylinder for the lack of a better way to describe it. But you're throwing these people at buildings, trying to blast these buildings apart. It makes no sense at all. But there is a little bit of satisfaction you get out of it. But again, it's Angry Birds-ish. And I think going into it, I thought that was going to be the most fun part of the game, and I actually found it to be my least favorite out of the other the other 3 modes. The other mode is the building your own roller coaster, which I actually enjoyed quite a bit, and that is the part that felt the most Roller Coaster Tycoon-ish. They've built some great tools in terms of making building your roller coaster really easy, testing it super easy. So that I really liked. And then there's a third mode, which is basically it's kind of on rails. I mean, you're controlling the roller coaster car, and you're speeding it up and slowing it down, and trying to make the ride as thrilling as possible for the riders. And I still don't quite get the whole vibe of it because you get bonus points for throwing people out of the roller coaster car.
Yes, the
But-
funnest part of any roller coaster tycoon
Right.
game.
Yes. So you're able to like lean everybody left and right and bring the car up on rails, but on one rail as opposed to being still on both rails. It was surprisingly fun, and it's not like terribly there's not a lot to it, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason I really kind of enjoyed that part of it, and so
$30 though, Greg. I mean, that's not steep. That's effing vertical.
The future's here, people.
the future is here. Yes. Yeah. So
$30.
I'm gonna play more. See if
Would
I
you
like
pay
it.
$30 for this game?
I don't know. I think I'd wait for a discount to be honest.
Yes, which is what most people are going to
Yeah.
do.
I think it's a little steep. It should have come out probably in that 20 range, maybe 15, 20, and I would have
A
been all
year's
over it.
time, it will be on Games for Gold,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
it'll be all forgotten.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of games that are going to be forgotten, there's two more games on my list. So the next one is Evolve. So I got Evolve from GameFly, and I have to say, this game is a lot of fun if you're playing in a party that's talking or you're playing with friends. When you're the hunters, I should say. When you're the monster, it doesn't matter because you're not hearing anybody else talking anyway. It's fun. So playing the monster is pretty awesome. Playing in a party.
Billy No Mates Monster.
Say it one more time, please.
Billy No Mates.
Makes no sense to me. I don't know. What am I missing?
He's got
Touch
no mates,
clans!
got no
Anyway.
mates. But we've said that. We've heard that people saying that before. If you
Yes.
play the monster, it's no big deal. You're on your own. Whatever.
Right.
Billy No Mates. But if you're the hunters, yeah, you're going to struggle if you're not organized. If you're not organized as the hunters, and you're up against a monster who has an inkling of what he's doing, he's going to kill you. He's going to just lay waste to you.
Without a doubt, and that was by far my experience. But I have to say, when I was with just one other person talking, the other two people weren't talking to us, but we had one other person talking, it still had that thrill and hunting down that monster and trying to catch up to it, and there was the thrill of the hunt going on. So I think this game has a little something to it, but I fear its ridiculous pricing model with the DLC and all of the different skin packs is
Does
just
the DLC really matter though? It's skin and
No,
shit.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But
But
the
what does it
problem
matter?
is,
Just don't buy it. What's the
no,
problem?
the
No,
problem is
no,
it's
just,
out there.
Just a sec. It's this is very, very pertinent. Now, you were there, Mike. You were at Eurogamer this year.
I was there.
When Beery Bloke answered the question, was it Stu asked the question? I don't know who it was asked the question. Was there the DLC in there? Was there going to be any play to win stuff? And he said no, definitely not. There will be DLC, but there will be no play to win stuff. It was very, very clear. Now, I think this whole thing's getting sort of blown out of proportion because there's this 120 quid thing about all the DLC,
well,
but
that's
most of it
incorrect.
is
That's incorrect.
most of it
for the
is
record.
skins packs and hats and shit. Yeah, play the friggin' game, something morning.
Well, so one, there was a very incorrect statement out there that was referring to the DLC and the amount of DLC in it. Then there's the fact that there is a monster that if you pre-order, you got it free, but it's not even put out yet. But once it comes out, it'll be $15 for the monster. And so
Monster.
a lot of people are a little turned off to that. The reason why I say the ridiculous pricing model is going to hurt this game, it's because it's already out there. It's already being seen as such a negative. Even though it may be misguided, it's there. And it's, I think, going to ultimately impact this game in a negative way, which is unfortunate because I think at its core, it's a really good, fun game. They made some different, interesting choices. The lack of single player, I also think, hurts this game because I think they could have crafted a really fun, good single player story out of being a hunter, and instead they opted for, allowing you to play with bots, which it's good practice, but the reality is it's not that great of an experience compared to playing with other people.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
the DLC aside, I was just going to say, the DLC aside, that's not putting me off. But what's putting me off here is, it's I played the beta, so I know, I have an inkling of what it was like. And to me, it was a great game, no doubt about it. I really enjoyed some of the games I played. The one when we were teamed up and we had people talking, some of the games we played, it was a lot of fun. But I don't know if it was $75 worth of fun.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
I think
you're
this
right.
game, if it could have come out at 40, it would have been a really good price point. Which I
Yeah.
think would have been, what, 60 on your end, Fraser? I don't know what the Canadian exchange rate is. At
40,
the time.
no, if it was 40, it'd be like 45,
Okay.
towards 50. But, it's creeping up there. It's a lot of money. And that's a Steam download. Set 69 to, again, well, this is old arguments. But you know what? Enough already. $69, that's just brutal. It'll come down. It'll be down within
Oh,
a
come
few-
on,
no,
Fraser. The
2 to
real
3
reason
months,
you
but-
don't like this game is that you need to have 4 friends.
He's crying. You made him cry.
It's true.
Billy no mates, Fraser. Billy no mates.
Really no, mates.
All right, so that's Evolve, said, done. I will continue to play
You
it.
got to keep playing. You
I
got
will.
to keep trying it, Greg.
Yeah, I'm going to keep playing it.
Because I'm tempted. I was a big advocate for Evolve until the beta, and then I went off it. So I'm a big fan of it, and people have sort of gone back over now and said, no, it's actually pretty good. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I am.
I
I
think
feel
my-
like if I was close to a game store, I would probably just get drawn in magnetically and go, why am I buying this? Why is my money part in my hand?
And my thought on this is hang out by the game store, and this is my advice for this game and the next one, is hang out by the game store, and inevitably somebody's probably going to be returning this sometime soon and get a used copy, and I think you'll feel better about it.
Yeah,
long
I think.
term.
God for that. I thought you were
I
gonna
think this
say-
game will drop in value very quickly.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say assault someone as they were coming out with a copy of it in their hand.
There's that option too.
To be honest, where I'm from, Bongo, that is another option.
Yeah, well, there's a restraining order against me against the local game store. I can't go within 100 feet of it, so it's sad. Oh well, Amazon.
Well,
That's another story.
yeah.
It'll come down in price.
It
It'll
will.
come down in price. I mean, we're going through right now a very, very interesting way. I mean, no point in time have the consoles, and I'm talking just Xbox and PlayStation here, seen such, sweeping discounts and offers and whatever.
Dear God,
And-
yeah. I mean, at
and
the
that's-
moment you can buy Tomb Raider, the definitive edition on PlayStation 4 for £11. That's just fantastic. If you
Yeah,
haven't
it
played
is.
that, just
And that's-
unbelievable.
And that's I think that's the Steam effect, right? That people
Absolutely.
are getting, getting these sort of these offers if they just hang on and wait. So you know what? If you want to go out and spend $70, $60 or whatever, how many hundreds of pounds on your copy of Evolve and be the early adopter and whatever, fine.
Yeah.
We'll just
My
hang back.
attitude's
Just
changed
be
that
patient.
all a bit. I think I have the last year tamed myself. I can hold on for a bit now for most things, and I think we've all sort of learned now that buying straight away, waiting even a week makes a big difference in your buying decision.
Yeah.
Well,
completely.
once the hype dies down, it's so easy to get caught up in the hype and want to drop the money straight away. But if you just give it a
Stop
week,
pre-ordering. Stop it. Stop
Yeah.
pre-ordering.
This was the
now.
last game I had pre-ordered, and I canceled it. So
good.
yeah. All right. So that's Evolve, and let's move on to the last game I want to talk about, which is the Order 1886.
Oh, excellent.
Talking
So-
about games that will go down quickly in value.
Yes. So up front, I have not played the Order 1886. What I did, because I knew I wouldn't be able to, I don't have a PS4 at the moment. I watched a YouTube stream of the entire game, start to finish, on Monday while I worked. So that right there, is my kind of warning out there, in that this is not a long game, and it is a gorgeous. Oh, okay, I'm going to start with the good. Let me just backtrack a second. The
As
Order
they say, ready by
1886.
dawn, finished by noon.
Pretty much. The Order 1886, it is a solid shooter when you're shooting. The mechanical parts of the gameplay is there. The story is pretty good. The visuals are off the charts fantastic. Okay, so from all of that standpoint, it's hitting everything in stride, and I would never say anything disparaging about those elements. Now, the Order 1886 is extremely, I mean, extremely cutscene heavy. I mean, like Metal Gear Solid 4
But not
cutscene
even.
long.
I've heard not even exciting cutscenes. There's the
No,
scene apparently where you storm a zeppelin, which sounds like. I mean, even a child could design a game where that happens and make it sound exciting, and it's just inane and boring.
well, and that's one of the issues I take with this game is that the cutscenes are long, very drawn out, and what I laughed about is that there are moments in this game where you go from a cutscene and then you go into controlling your character to walk through, say, a hallway into another area to go to another cutscene, and it's like they're artificially inflating some of their game time with these cutscenes and some of their quote unquote traversal stuff in terms of getting around through the game world. Um, there's no.
Can I read a little paragraph? And
Well,
I think
hang
it
on,
sums
hang
it
on,
up.
hang on, and
Hang on.
absolutely,
No, you can't.
you will in a second.
Okay.
But my biggest issue with the Order 1886 is for a game that is $60, there is absolutely no replay value to this game. I mean, literally no reason for somebody to go back in and play this game again. There's no multiplayer, there's no co-op, and it's about, I'm going to say generously 7 to 9 hours playthrough, depending on how good you are playing it. Some people are going to be claiming, it was like 10, 15 hours for me. I think a competent video game player is probably going to bust through this thing in about 7 to 9 hours. Watching the stream, the guy playing it, he was searching around stuff, but he wasn't looking at every little thing. But so if you're searching for collectibles, it's going to add some time into it for sure. But again, the collectibles inventory, the way that works is nothing. It doesn't give you any sense of what you've missed and where it's located to be able to go back and try and find it. They do other little weird things, like there's this mechanic within the game that you pick an item up and the game it prompts you to look at the item using the triangle button, and you do that, and suddenly you can rotate the item within your hand.
Yes,
You're
I
kind of
did this in
looking
the
all
demo. I
around.
played this at Eurogamer, and I did this in the demo.
And they do it for multiple objects in the game, and
And
there's
it was
no
pointless.
reason to it. Yes,
Pointless.
it's just there, and what's even funnier is often you can't back out of that. You have to wait for a prompt to come up to tell you to be able to back out of it. So it just,
It's like LA Noir without a point to the objects.
yeah. And I think what makes me probably more upset than anything is I have friends that I have.
Do you, Greg? Do you, though?
I do have friends that wanted this game, and in particular, like one of my friends was, and I'm not dropping any names, but scrapping together the money because things were a little tight, but he really wanted this game, and he spent full $60 on this digital download, and now he's stuck with this game that he's going to play through it once,
Mark,
and
jeez.
and you're stuck with it, and that makes me angry for them because
Yeah.
to me, this game should have come out. It should be $40. Unless they're going to add in some kind of co-op or multiplayer element later for free, then maybe that makes it, makes up for it and makes it right.
But it does sound beautiful.
it is beautiful.
But is
It is
you know,
absolutely beautiful.
Is it a good foundation for a bigger game and world, which seems to be the
It could
story
be.
for a lot of games?
It could absolutely be.
I mean, I want to play it because it looks like it's something I
See,
should
and that's the
experience.
funny thing. I think every PlayStation 4 owner probably should play this game because the visuals are incredible, and it is a very it's a unique experience in that regard. But do not pay $60 for this game. Rent this
Well,
game. You
yeah,
don't need to do
yeah.
anything other than rent this game, and
I'm gonna
that's
start a rental service in the UK.
yeah.
It's needed.
There's no other, there's no reason to buy this game whatsoever. Rent it. You will be a much happier person for it, especially when you're done with it that afternoon, and you realize you don't have, a coaster.
Well, it's just the thing I was going to read is a paragraph, and it's from Metacritic, and it's from Giant Bomb, and it's just, and it starts off fantastically. It says it's a technical showpiece, a graphical powerhouse that, in some ways, is almost without equal, and that's really great. It's also a short and disappointingly straightforward cover-based shooter that offers little to no variety in its encounter design, a lackluster story that fails to make good on its initially compelling premise, and a set of jarring quick-time event set pieces that aren't especially interesting from a gameplay or storytelling perspective. You know, that's 40 on Metacritic from, I mean, IGN about 60. You know, it's, you know, all these guys. I know Metacritic and the score thing's a bit odd, but that's like, oh, I'm going to hold off until it is 30 quid. You know.
Yeah, I just, I want to get the word out there. Not that you shouldn't play this game and that it's not worthy of being played, but it's not worth paying $60. And you know,
I've texted I'm not going to mention any names, but I've texted a co-host that lives in the UK on the Veteran Gamers, and I've texted him again. I'm not going to mention names. Yost,
Right.
did you get the order in the end? Because I've heard it's 30 hours long and the best story ever told in any form of media.
Oh
So
my
he hasn't
God!
replied.
You
He
troll.
hasn't replied yet. I don't know
He's
what
in a
his response
tizzy.
is.
He's frothing at the mouth. I can
can't
imagine what he's like. Oh, what's he mean? What have I missed?
anyway, well, that's it for the order. I know
Hey, at least you can
Marcanix.
play it and trade it in very quickly, though, Greg, if you bought the actual copy.
This is true. So I know Marcanix is playing through it. He's going to be on next week. We'll get his hands-on impressions from it.
You know what he'll say? Oh, I quite like it, actually. Yeah, I think it's quite good.
He may,
Shut
he
up,
very
Mark.
well may be.
Don't let the wallet speak. No, that's honestly after the 6 hours of crying that I did when it finished, I thought it was quite good.
The only other thing I'm going to throw
Love you,
out
Mark.
there. The only other thing I'm going to throw out there. The gun-toting enemies seem like they give a decent enough challenge. The werewolf lichen encounters. I mean, literally, it went like this: the werewolf went to attack you, and it runs up, hits you, runs away.
Nice.
You spin around looking for the werewolf. It
Never
runs
been
up,
attacked by a werewolf. How do you
hits
know
you,
that?
runs away. And literally, it's the same routine anytime you encounter them on four legs. There's one other fight with a lichen. I won't get into it, but it was pretty disappointing to see that. But anyway, Order 1886. Play it. Don't buy it. Rent it. You will be so much happier.
All in that
you do
order.
that.
All in that order. Play it, don't buy it, then rent it.
Yes, all in that order. All right. Hey, we have a news quiz. Aren't you guys excited?
You
Yes.
brought a right bunch of games, didn't you, Greg?
I am ready for you guys. Here we go. It's a news quiz. Just to do a quick little recap. We are keeping track of news quiz winners, by the way. Mark has one news quiz win. Mr. Richard Webster has technically 1.5 points under his belt because he had won one news quiz and he tied Fraser on another. So Fraser, you have a half point on your end, and Mike, you have one news quiz win for this year.
Oh, really?
Yes. And that is the total right now, because we've actually had 3 different podcasts where we didn't have a news quiz.
What do I have?
You've got nothing so far, Robert.
Thanks for coming, Bongo.
Yes, thanks.
Frig's sake. You know, I
Yes.
feel
But
down
you can
already. Could
change
you not
that.
made
You can
something up and give
change
me
that
like a
right here,
bonus
Robin.
point?
Don't play the
No.
sympathy, Bongo.
Here we
Awful.
No,
go.
that didn't work. Does it?
It's
No,
a
no.
6-question news quiz, 2 questions each.
6?
6, only 6. First question is worth 5. Second question is worth 5. I don't know. Go figure. Here we go. We are
I don't care.
starting
These guys
with
had they
Mike
had millions of the week.
Chin.
You were giving them millions of points.
Now I'm giving
millions
half
of points. I want
Everything's
millions
half
of points.
Half points. Sorry, half points. Mike Chin, are you ready?
Yo.
Mike, what U.S. trademark has Sony abandoned this past week and then reacquired? Was it A, PSP,
Easy.
B, The Getaway, or C, The Last Guardian?
I didn't know the answer until the end, which makes me think it's The Last Guardian.
Mike Chin, you are right. Yes. February 16, 2015, the U.S. trade mark for The Last Guardian was abandoned.
This has happened twice.
Yes. But then in an
This is
update,
this
Sony
is
said,
how old this game is. It's like,
our
if anybody
bad,
really
our
knew
bad.
that,
We reacquired it. It was done in error, so the game is still in development.
working on that game? Are we still working on it?
Yes,
we
are. Yes, we're
but you know what? Don't mistake that as a piece of news. I mean, it's just something
It's
in
not.
development. It's people looking too
just
far,
forgot.
too deep into it.
It's
The
so-
game is coming, right?
Look, it was a slow news quiz week. Back off, Fraser.
I ain't happy. Got no mates. Got no one to talk to.
Billy, no mate.
Billy, no mates. Fraser,
Yo,
what is the name of the game studio? What is the name of the game that studio Darkside Games was working on? Is it A, Phantom Dust, B, Perfect Dark HD Battletoads?
I think Fraser knows this. He's just pretending he doesn't.
No, I've not heard anything about Perfect Dark. What was the first one?
You have Phantom Dust, Perfect Dark HD Remake, or Battletoads.
Well, I haven't don't know what Phantom Dust is. Perfect Dark. Have never heard anything about that being in development with anyone. So I'm going to say Battletoads.
Fraser Moores, you are wrong! Independent development studio Darkside Games, which was working on the planned reboot of the cult classic Phantom Dust, shut down this past week in the wake of news
no one cared about.
Microsoft had canceled their version of the game. Apparently, Microsoft, though, is still working on the game, but they had partnered with Darkside Game Studios in development of Phantom Dust, but our working relationship has now ended, according to the Microsoft spokesperson. We have great respect for the studio and their work in the industry. While we do not have anything new to share on Phantom Dust at this time, we can confirm that development on the title continues. Now, ironically, on the news of this happening, Darkside Games shut down. So that's kind of rough. I hate.
There's a story there, isn't there?
There's gotta
We don't
be.
know what it is.
Yeah.
And we probably never find it, but something went on where
Yeah.
they over like pitched the game or demoed the game and they went, "This is shite."
So
Get out of
and
my face.
the funny thing was, I guess somebody from Darkside Games was quoted from Kotaku in an interview saying,
Something.
"We had some executives come by and they liked what they saw," and that was like literally just that last week. I'm not sure I'm buying
maybe
into that.
it's like this though. It's like, oh, is that it?
Right,
Oh, well
that looks
done.
great. Yeah.
Well done. Kill him. Kill them all.
Pull it. Yeah. So it is sad to see a game studio shut down.
But that's basically Project Dust or whatever. That ain't coming out for a while now. That's just
Dust?
that's
Yeah, unless
Project
it is in
Fox.
some kind of way similar to Killer Instinct. It was being made by was it Helix, Double Helix, and then
Double
they
Helix,
got
yeah.
bought up, and then suddenly
famous for
they
making
shifted.
G.I. Joe.
So maybe it's the assets have been pulled and sent to somebody else. Who knows? Either way, it is apparently still being made, and Fraser
The only
got
good
it
thing about
wrong.
Project Dust was in the trailer there was a poster at the back with a Halo Wars trailer poster on it.
Yes,
So that was the
maybe.
only good thing about Project Dust.
It was one of the few good things about that trailer. Robin, are you ready?
Tiddly, tiddly, tiddly.
Robin, World of Tanks is finally coming to the Xbox One, but what other news came from this announcement? Is it A, the
Oh, he's fuming. Fraser's fuming.
360
For the
version?
listeners, we can see the video.
Sandwich
And
me in between a World of Tanks question and the Last Guardian question.
In the video, Fraser threw his head back with his arms in the air. He was so pissed.
Yes, he's disgusted with me right now. Robin, is it A, the 360 version will be shutting down, B, cross-platform play will be available for the 360 version with the Xbox One, or is it C, that cross-platform play with the Xbox One version and PC will be happening?
Ew. I don't know the answer to this. So, chat.
No chat. Give me an
Don't.
answer.
Stop it. Don't delay. That was my tactic.
A, B, or C?
A, B, C's, tanks has to be PCs, and Xboxes have to be talking to each other. Has to be. They can't go back.
Robin
Has to be.
Tate, You are wrong! The Xbox 360 version of World of Tanks is coming. The Xbox 360 version and the Xbox One version will be compatible, and you will be able to play with your mates on the 360 from the Xbox One.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who has Xbox 360 these days? For goodness
I know.
sake.
One or two
Just
people.
poor people. For goodness
Fraser
sake.
has one. Fraser has one. You'll be able to play with Fraser.
I've got one over there, and I hate it.
I love I seen what you do to old Xboxes. You horrible
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Mike.
I've got a video of what I do to Xboxes 360s.
Mike,
Yes,
it's
Greg.
exciting.
Yes, Greg.
You have 5 points. The other two, nil. The next question you get, if you get that right, you will win by default, which means the next question is going to come right back to Robin Tate. Robin, are you ready? You need to
I'm
get this
bored with it.
right to stay in the game.
I'll do my utmost to do my best and things.
Robin, Project Cars has unfortunately once again been delayed for a small amount of time across all platforms.
Hey.
How long do we have to wait for the PC version of Project Cars? Is it now April 2nd, B, April 17th, or D, April 23rd?
Well played, Greg. Well played.
April 2nd, April 17th, or April 23rd?
23rd.
Robin Tate, you are wrong! The game will now
You're
come out
talented,
first
Greg.
on PC and Steam on April 2nd, and the PS4 and Xbox One versions will follow suit on April 7th.
Oh,
We know
goodness.
these extra days will allow us to provide the best game experience that our fans deserve, said Ian Bell,
I was really
head of
looking
Slightly Mad
forward to
Studios. We assure you the wait will be worth it when the game does arrive early in April.
That's the next game I'm going to buy, and I'm so disappointed in that. I have to pay Drive Club for another month. Oh, no.
You haven't even bought it yet, and you're still disappointed. Good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
You know what is also disappointing?
Well, I got
lack
it
of-
wrong.
Yeah, that you got it wrong. Fraser,
Okay, well, you know what? I'm taking a vodka break.
you should
back
take a
soon.
vodka break. Fraser, it's do or die, my friend. Do or die. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Fraser. DICE has made what announcement this week regarding the Battlefield series? Is it A, Battlefield Hardline will have dinosaurs in it? B, Star Wars Battlefront is being considered canon and part of the Battlefield series? Or C, Battlefield 4 is getting fan-influenced free DLC maps?
I will go with the Star Wars answer. B.
Fraser Moores, you are wrong. I'm
Ugh.
sorry to say. Yes. No, DICE is basically giving players the chance to help create a new map for Battlefield 4, which will be
Whoopee.
released as free DLC. You
Awesome.
will get to shape the playable map based on your input and expertise on what makes a fun multiplayer map, according to DICE LA. And they're already taking submissions, so get into
Hey
their
guys,
forums.
we've run out of ideas for maps, so
Pretty
we really
much.
need your help.
We've sacked everyone.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like
Let's design
we're
the
out.
content
we
for
can't
Please
think of
do
anything. All right, well, Mike, that means you have won the news quiz, but
Oh, there you go.
you still get one last question.
All right.
Mike, per Sony's recent financials, by
Yes.
focusing on devices, music, pictures, and games, Sony is
Uh-huh.
promising to grow profits by how much in 2017? Or I should say, to how much in 2017? Is it A, 5 billion, B, 7 billion, or C, 4 billion?
7.
Mike Chin, you are wrong!
That's a lot.
Sony is promising big things for future profits, looking to boost them to over $4 billion by the fiscal year 2017, according to Kaz Hirai and his 3-year plan. So Sony is
Be
positioning...
careful of the billions when Greg's throwing around the billions as well.
Yes, billions. I love the billions. Sony is positioning devices, game and network services, pictures, and music as the segments that will drive its profit growth for the next 3 years. So there you have it. Mike, Congratulations on the victory, though. Well
Thank you very
done.
much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well
Yes.
done, Mike.
Thank you.
It is an achievement for sure. But we know what that means, Mike. Because you won the news quiz, that means you get the first trivia question.
Yeah.
So I had an extra trivia question I threw out to you, so you're getting that one first. Mike, how
give it-
many
listen.
games has Team Eco put out since the Shadow of Colossus in 2005? Is it A, 0, B, 1, or C, 2?
0, I think. 0.
Well, technically, they have not made a new game since they did create Shadow of the Colossus, and
Yeah, the remasters don't
Yes.
count. We put it in. Yeah, okay.
exactly. The remasters
Yep.
don't count. I just thought that was kind of funny. I heard that, so
Yep.
I had to make a trivia question out of it. All right. It is trivia time from our good friend Jason Johnson. Said, "Hey OC crew, here is your trivia for the week. And before you ask,
What?
yes, I wrote the second question just to frustrate Greg on Japanese pronunciations. Have fun and good luck." So question 1, we'll send this to Robin. Robin,
Hello.
what gym badge do you get from Gym Leader Brock in the original Pokemon Red and Blue?
What the hell is this?
Is it A?
Jason, what are you doing?
Is it A, the
Hey,
Cascade
hey,
badge?
hey, this is fine with this.
Is it B, the Boulder badge? Is it C, the Lightning badge? Or D, the Onyx badge?
It's the lightning badge, Greg. Everybody knows that.
It's Onyx badge.
Robin, apparently you do not, because it's the Boulder badge that you get from
Oh,
Brock
for
in the
goodness sake,
original.
I
Love
got
the
those mixed up.
confidence. Confidence in answering that is tremendous.
Yes. All right, Fraser, this next question comes to you specifically because of your Japanese knowledge from the Game Punchers podcast.
Who's putting it?
The game Mighty Number 9 is being developed by which famous Japanese game designer? I hate you, Jason Johnson. Is it A, Shigeru Miyamoto? B, Hideki Kojima?
Sort of.
C, oh, Jesus Christ, I can't even say this one. Eiji Anuma? Or is it D, Kenji Inafune?
When you tried to announce the last but one there, it just sounded like you was doing a French accent. Hello.
What
Hello.
was the game called again?
Mighty Number 9.
Mighty number 9.
Mighty Number 9.
I don't know. I haven't heard of it. So I don't think it's.
I think-
It's not Shigeru Miyamoto or Hideo
Hideo
Kojima.
It can't be them.
No.
Iji,
Who are the,
I
who are
think
the last
Iji
two? Greg?
Anuma? Iji Anuma or Kenji Inafune?
Inafune sounds like someone important. I've heard
Yeah,
that name
I'm
before.
going to go for
I've heard that.
Inafune-san.
Fraser, well played. It is indeed Kenji Inafune-san.
Honda!
All right. Mike, we're coming back to you. This is the final
Hello.
question. This is the name of the game based on the back of the box
I love
description.
these. These are great.
Mike, here
Mirror's
we
Edge.
go. No,
Red Dead Redemption.
can't say.
Full Spectrum Warrior.
I can't say anything anymore. Here we
Not
go.
very good at this game.
Captain, blow those world... Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me just double check on this
Okay,
one.
reset,
All right.
reset,
Resetting,
people.
resetting. Captain, blow those Word of Blake fanatics off this planet. You and your team are going in hard, fast, and first. The scum will soon fear wolf dragons and your stable of deadly battle mechs. The tactics are up to you, but don't hesitate to crush them in the rubble of their own buildings. What is the name of this game?
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yes! No, no, no.
The only thing I can think of is the Earth Defense Force, maybe. But that's all I've got. Can't really think of anything.
Mike Chin, you are wrong.
Yeah.
Robin Tate, what do you
Teflon, you're
think?
sick. You really are sick. Do you know what, man? What is the point of these questions? I know you like us.
I would
making-
just like to
make us
point
looking
out,
stupid.
I
but
love
we're
this question.
We're already stupid.
This question
Okay, yes, they
finds
are good.
a place in my heart.
It's a.
Oh, is
it's
it the
a
thing?
Mech
Ah.
Warrior.
It's that
Mech-
game. It's the
Mech
game with all the
Warrior,
controls, is it?
I'm not saying nothing, man.
Oh, it is. As
Yeah,
well.
that's what. Yeah, with a big button that switches off. Damn it.
Yeah, and they
You
had
have
the
to break
Kinect
the
one
gla-
recently, and it was awful. Yeah,
had to
and Greg
break
convinced
the
himself it was
glass
good
on
for
it.
like a week. It's that
You
game.
break
Oh,
the
what a
glass
prick.
and the eject. You can only eject once, and it broke the whole thing. It's a
I can't
Mech
remember what that
Warrior.
game is.
I
I'm
can't
googling
remember.
it. Fuck it.
I can't remember. It was something really technical. It was like Manic
Not
Miner.
Hawking. No, that wasn't on.
Manic Miner.
Robin, you're going with Manic Miner.
Yeah.
You are indeed wrong. Fraser,
Oh, God.
you have
So
one
close.
shot, and then we'll let Mike take a shot at it. Fraser, game close to my heart.
Tank command. No.
Captain, blow those Word of Blake fanatics off this planet. You and your team are going in hard, fast, and first. The scum will soon fear Wolf Dragoons and your stable of deadly battle mechs. The tactics are up to you, but don't hesitate to crush them in the rubble of their own buildings. What
on,
is the
Canada.
name of this game?
I don't know.
Oh, Canada.
I
Armored
will
Core? I don't
give
know.
you a hint. And it's not Armored Core, so we'll
Oh,
consider
was
that
it? All right.
wrong.
Yeah.
I will tell you, it did not come out on the PS3 or 360. Nor did it come out this gen, the current gen.
Hawking?
No. The silence is not good radio, so we will break the silence. It is
got it, Greg. I got it, Greg.
Mechassault. You wouldn't have
it's
gotten it
not
right,
MechWarrior.
yes.
No, I
Yes.
would have got it wrong. I thought it was
Mech
still battalion.
Assault, yeah.
I thought it was still battalion.
Mech Assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, damn. Mech shit.
Yeah.
Well
Came out
done,
on the old
Teflon. Thanks
Xbox.
very much.
Yeah, very much well done. And that does it for the news quiz. And I guess we can soldier on. Fraser, would you do me the honors of reading off the new releases that have been so nicely put in there in a bright pink color for those that have hard eyesight or difficult
Yes,
eyesight?
I can do that for you, Gregory.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
New releases from the 20th to the 26th. We have the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 for the PC.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Looks good.
The Order 1886.
30 hours long.
Roundabout for the Xbox One.
Sounds stupid.
It
Looks
is
stupid too, by the way.
Actually, I
Yeah.
saw a video on this yesterday. It looks
Yeah,
bonkers.
yeah.
You basically have to control a constantly spinning limousine and take it round town. It's very weird.
You'll probably
sounds
love it,
pretty good,
Mike.
actually.
You'll probably love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Aura's Awakening for the PC, the Mac, and Linux.
Sounds
Dragon Ball Xenoverse
You lost me at Dragon.
for pretty much everything. Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires for
You lost me at Din.
all that stuff. The Firefly Diary for the Vita.
That sounds like a book.
Hyper Devotion Noir, Goddess Blackheart for the Vita.
Too long.
Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 1.
Stop milking the franchise.
Rugby 15.
No one cares.
They
Odd
don't,
ship
do
balls.
they?
No,
Star
they pretty
Wall.
much don't.
Stop
Star
ripping off
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't know. There for the PC, there came an Echo.
Terrible
Never
name.
heard of that. For the PS3, Under Night In Birth EXE Late.
That's a worse name.
Yeah,
It's
that
the worst
is. I think that's a Jap in something or other. That's got to be something. to do
yeah,
with
has
Birth,
to be.
Right. Homeworld Remastered for the PC.
Never heard of it.
Isbra, The First Journey for the PC, Mac, and Linux.
Sounds like Stu would like it.
And finally, Republic Remastered for the PC.
Sounds like a design game. No.
Mike, had you never heard of Homeworld? Really?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Really? Homeworld, that is an old school turn-based sci-fi space tactical space faring.
Never into turn-based, really. The only turn-based game I've ever really got into is South Park.
Yeah, I if I'm not mistaken, didn't this it was turn-based, but it was almost
Hearthstone, I suppose.
like straddling the line of real-time strategy too. I don't
Dunno.
know. Anyway,
So when we say remasters here, is this like back in the day, this game?
it's been HDified, Fraser's favorite word.
Oh, yeah. But was this actually in SD when this came out, though?
I guess technically, yeah.
Because if
It was a
true,
PC
then
game.
Fraser's okay. Fraser's okay. If it was in SD, then went to HD.
Yeah, that's
HD,
fine.
HD,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
fine.
here, let's have this one out now because it's been a while, right?
That's fine, though. Am I
Homeworld
right?
was released. Yeah, you're right. Correct, Mike. Come stand by
Yes.
me. Homeworld was released in 1999, right? Back when there was no high def television. Well, there might have been high def, but if you wanted it, you were paying
Only the
thousands and
tops-
thousands
only
and
the tops
thousands,
of them.
right? Everybody playing The Wolf Among Us on the PlayStation 3 and then going and playing it on an HD up-res or whatever on the PS4. No, it's not. You're still playing an HD. People seem to forget that we're still playing HD games for the last sort of close to 10 years.
I can't
Haven't
wait till this
we?
work comes out in HD.
So up-resing
Already
whatever
did.
the last
Black Ops, Black Ops 2 or whatever.
I cannot argue with any of this. I refuse to,
Why?
just because.
Why?
It's
But
just-
you have to argue.
No,
That's-
you
it's-
do
it's
not.
in your nature.
Sometimes it is best to walk away. Like now, we're walking away
Yeah.
from this whole
I agree
line
with
of.
Frank. I think he's correct in his approach.
I'm walking away. I haven't got it
I'm
in
not.
me anymore.
I'm gonna stand.
I'm not disagreeing with Fraser. I'm just saying we're walking away from the conversation. I think Fraser's actually spot on. I'm okay with it. I'm good with this
Yeah.
argument.
There we go.
But I would like some stuff to
You know
come
what?
back in HD.
You know what I want to
I
hear
would.
about? I want to hear about what's been going on this past week and all of this nonsense of Clash of Clans on the track mini leagues. There's PC gaming going on the weekends. There's been a rise of social gaming that's been happening. It's been great to
Right.
see. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, because
Thursday-
we're all standing up now. We're not standing for your bullshit, crappy, shitty, don't work AAA releases anymore. We're going back. We're going back to play old school fucking humble bundle games for like $1.99 on Steam.
Okay,
we can play with
steady
each
on.
other. Left 4
Steady
Dead
on here,
2.
Fraser. I was with you, and now I am veering away.
It's like you're walking in with them through the door, and suddenly he pulls out a gun and puts on a mask, and you just slightly just stand aside.
Now play this game
And one
without
more
petrol.
thing.
All right, Thursday, Track Mini League. If you like racing, Robin, you can attest to this. It's good stuff. The Track League guys do some crazy ass racing.
I haven't had the time to play with the guys for a while, but I can say that the track guys are fantastic. They're great fun, and generally, apart from Parsnip punting you off the track every now and again, it's great crack. Yeah, so join in with those guys. They're very cool and they're very welcoming for people of all levels. So get in touch with the Henwood there or Parsnip, and
right.
they'll point you in the right direction.
If you are part of that PC Master Elitist race, Richard Webster, Big Bad Daddy, he has been doing some Sunday gaming. He's been doing some Left 4 Dead 2 the past few Sundays. I don't know if that's still the case for this coming Sunday, but get in touch with him. Look him up on the Steams and hook up with the friendship thing, and then you can do some PC gaming with them. I know a certain Duke Scath recently played with Mr. Webster, and they had lots of fun.
Never heard of them.
Clan Wars, that's a thing. It's this Canadian cult business. It's become, I mean, I think we've turned it into a thing single-handedly on this podcast. Fraser, give me the update. What is going on with the Clan Wars?
Well, it's business as usual in the Clan Wars. We're sort of still doing our weekly war. It's been fascinating over the last few months to watch people like Robin coming in as the young, impressionable, moldable noob who doesn't know his elixir collector from his gold mine, and then watch them blossoming into this war machine with dragons, and pink crystal walls, and it's going great guns, and we're up to, I think we're one shy of 40 members right now. So it is, which is going to stop at some point because we can only hold 50. So we are doing very well.
Catching up to the limit. Are you kind of culling the people that are basically sifting through the riffraff and making sure that they're carrying their weight?
Yeah, we are absolutely. We had a prime example of this was we had a battle last week. It was an enemy that was rather formidable. But the fact that we just had the numbers out, everybody participating, that just it ensures that we're getting to a certain score every time we play, at least a certain level. And that's enough really to put you in the driving seat for a victory almost every time.
Kicking ass and
Fraser,
chewing bubblegum.
You rule with an iron fist. if you do not participate, the ban hammer comes down, and Lord Fraser, bans those people who do not participate. They are
It's
not
not-
welcome in
yeah.
our clan. They get kicked out.
Okay, right.
They get banished to the desert.
Robin's
Away
about to
with
get demoted.
you.
Robin, you're going to get demoted. You're a loose cannon. It's not so much that. It really is like, we just really are very, very, it sounds very strict, and it is strict, but, participation is key. And if you are not participating and you don't participate in the war and you're not participating in, and you basically appear inactive, then one, there's no reason for you to be in the clan. I mean, it's not just a parking spot for you to hang out and play whenever you feel like it. But the thing is, if other people are putting the effort in to battle at the weekends.
Right.
If you're not battling, one, if you're not battling, you're not helping out for the win. And two, you're probably taking up a space that someone else could have.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
So, yeah. So it's that sort of, it does sound a bit hard to be fair. But,
And if you're
that's what it's
stinky, if you smell, you're out.
Well, that's me out.
Wasn't your missus supposed to be joining in, Mike?
She
Didn't
she
grab
went
her?
off it. Yeah, I didn't grab her. Yeah, she's very particular about her mobile games, and she was there for a bit, and I used to wake up in the morning and she'd be just playing it. Oh,
Sure,
no,
she would if she was your wife.
I wish she would play it when I woke up in the morning. But
Actually, it's
no,
probably the opposite.
No, I know it is. Totally is.
she just didn't grab her. She hasn't mentioned it really since.
Yeah, and that's the thing, with a mobile game. There's so many, like you've seen it, Clash of Clans is incredibly popular. There's loads of people playing it. So, you're going to get people coming in, trying it out, joining in the clan, and if it, things drop off and they don't really, or
Robin?
people suddenly can't play it for a reason, then so be it.
Robin, don't feed the animals.
My animals have joined me.
Yes.
Hi guys.
All right. So that is going on. Mike, the greatest challenge ever, the Golf Club Challenge, that has been ongoing. We are
Absolutely.
currently in OCX Gen Challenge 3.
3.
We are
Yeah.
the course.
I was going to say, if anybody on the Xbox One wants to sort of get in on the action, the hot, sexy golf action that's been going on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the PC, you need to befriend Murphy's Law to be ranking on the leaderboards there. But if you just sort of want to get in and have a go and get bit of time on the golf, you just need to sort of have me or Greg or Serbs or Step J on your friends list and just look at what we've been playing. Just go into tournament and then leaderboard and cipher through the sort of filters and all that stuff. You'll find it. X-Gen Challenge 3.
Yes.
And you'll get in. And if you're on the PlayStation 4, it's Marcanix, I believe, you have to friend. Yep. And then on the PC, it would be Gary DeFelice.
Yes, my nemesis.
God damn you, Gary.
Yeah.
And, it's going well. It's very popular at the moment. If you enjoy your golf, or if you don't like golf, or you just like golf games. Some people like just golf games. It's very relaxing. It's the type of game you can play and just sort of, check your phone in between holes. And yeah, it's a good laugh.
It is, especially when you get a party of people going and everybody is playing their own game,
Yeah.
and all you hear is, and
Restart.
then a couple F-bombs dropped.
Restart.
Yep, restart. All right, we do have the Forza February Hot Lap Challenge ongoing. This is Forza 5. It is the Prague Short Reverse Track 1965 Mini Cooper S. Basically, if you want to get in on this, what you need to do is make sure Parsnip Knows 3000 is on your friends list. Get on over to G4TE and actually just visit this little URL, hotlap.g4te.com. You get all the information you need right there. The latest update I have on this, there's 13 people that are ranking now in this challenge, 9 of which have managed to get top 500 worldwide times. New additions to the challenge in terms of the group: Beans, Beanie, who's Bean's son, Bobag, Big Balls, Loopy Dean, Taffman, and Womble all are putting up crazy times. And time goes out a big shout out to TMG Cerberus, Serbs as we like to call him, a minute 7.974 seconds. That is good enough for 214th in the world. So well
That's
done to
amazing.
Serbs.
fabulous time serves. Unbelievable. So
Yes.
that's so tough and so accurate. Brilliant. Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
Also, last but certainly not least, victories achieved. This is a contest we like running every quarter, where we basically give away free gaming space bucks for either Steam, PSN, or Xbox Live. Basically, you complete a game, you tweet it out to @g4te.com, spell the dot, and make sure you take a selfie with your face and the game in the background if you can manage, and let us know what game you beat, and hashtag victory achieved in there as well, and you can potentially win some space bucks. So, Robin, if you'd be so kind, read off those weekly winners this past week, or those people, I guess, that finished games, not the winners, mind you.
Yeah.
Giving
Okay.
nothing away
Well, we
yet.
had Pete finished the complete Walking Dead season 2.
Yes,
the
let's
correct way to do it.
Yeah, let's be real
Yeah.
clear here, Robin. The change now is you have to beat the whole game. If it's episodic, you can't just willy-nilly and do one episode and get an entry. You have to finish the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Now, if it's a substantial DLC, like it was asked of me this week, John Mouse asked the DLC pack for The Last of Us. That's a substantial pack of DLC, and that would count. But if it's for hats, nah.
I'd just like
so,
to add that I did the whole season of Season 2 Walking Dead as my game through before it was a rule, just because I'm nice like that. I just want to add that in. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks very much for doing it the right way, Mike. You've set a good example, and you're a credit to the whole wild world. Okay, and Natras, he finished the brilliant, if not small, but absolutely brilliant, well worth playing Monument Valley. And it's on an iOS and Android. Fantastic little game. And I'm so jealous of our final one this week, and that was Ra Finch, and he finished Portal 2. And I would have loved to be starting Portal 2 fresh with no knowledge again, because it's one of the best games of all time. So
Don't
brilliant.
you wish
Ra
you could
Finch
just
for
like
finishing
forget
Portal
some
2.
games and play them again, like Red Dead or Portal 2?
Oh,
Yeah.
Red Dead would be a great one to forget. And play
But
again.
you know,
Shut
Red
up,
Dead,
shut
you can-
up.
And play again, and play again, asshole.
Okay. All right.
No, but you could fire Red Dead up
Yeah.
right now and go out there into the wide world and still have a great adventure with Red Dead right
True.
now. Yeah.
True.
So it would be wonderful when they announce it.
Also,
I just
later on
wish I
this year
could
as a new one.
just to replay them without knowing what's coming again. I just so great.
Well, we could arrange that.
Donk.
A good swift kick to the head. Yes.
We do
He
not
won't
that's
promote
it.
work. I'll
violence.
just be badly injured. You know that. Yeah?
That's why
So,
God
yeah,
gave
please-
us Alzheimer's.
Oh,
dear.
that's poor. poor.
So so fire your victories achieved in. It's usually myself, the Bongo the Same. At Bongo the Same would retweet those, and you get a good retweet on the G4TE feed. So fire them all through and let me get them onto that spreadsheet and announce your names next week, and we'll give you a shout out. Yay!
All right. Speaking of shouting out, it's that time of the show. We're going to wrap things up. If you want to be part of the show and be in the chat or the chat for Twitch, because we record every week, 3 o'clock, Twitch TV. The best way to find us, live.g4te.com. It'll take you right to our Twitch page, and you can listen to us live, take part in the chat, and win things like this. Mike, remember how I told you I wanted you to play an audio segment way long ago in the show?
Yeah.
This would be a great time for us probably to
Okay.
play that, because I forgot. We wanted to make this announcement. So
All right.
Play some audio.
I don't know if this is going to work, Greg.
I'm
so you're gonna
hoping
have
it's going to work.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and then
I'll tell you if it's
yeah.
working.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's give it
This
a
is,
go.
by the way,
Phil.
is a message from Nicole.
All right.
Whoa!
Let's try it. Let's try it. Any second.
Any second. This would be it not working.
Yeah, well, it's polite for the lady to be late.
Yeah.
It's not working. Is
You
it?
all.
No, not working. That's
Hang on,
okay.
Hang on.
I
Hang
will-
on. Hang on.
Oh, all right.
Flipping, flip.
Flipping, flip.
One sec.
Hey y'all, it's Nicole here. No, that's wrong. That's Stu.
That's yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
What a
that was-
compliment
that
you
was
paid her.
Now, if you're gonna do it right,
Sorry,
Robin.
Nicole.
Hey y'all, it's Nicole here.
That's pretty good.
I've just put down my 3DS.
She's never,
God, those
she's never gonna
kids,
come on the
hey,
show again.
kids,
I
they
know.
exhaust me so much. Oh my God. Is it Georgia I'm from or Texas?
Neither or, by the way.
No, I know.
Okay, let's try this again.
And silence?
Hello, everyone in podcast land. This is Nicole, the message, congratulating our friend and avid listener, Gary Lever, at Amorous89 on Twitter.